Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm going to actually take a $5 rotisserie chicken from Costco. I'm going to show you what I do with it when I immediately buy it or at some point buy it. I tend to go ahead and just rip it apart because the amount of people we have in the house, we don't really eat it all in one shot. You may have a different scenario, but the goal here is to take as much meat off the bone as possible because it just basically falls off. Look at this thing. And this is like really yummy. And I just tear it apart, and then I take all of this and I place it in the Tupperware. Let me put the knife a little bit out of the way. I don't want to actually get hurt. And I just go ahead and manhandle it a little bit, or person handle it, and then I just go ahead, and when I'm done, which I'm gonna fast forward this, where I'm gonna edit it out a little bit. When I'm done, I'm actually going to take whatever's left, and basically this is the surprise, the purpose of the video, or maybe it's not a surprise, maybe it's just the purpose of the video. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you that I don't waste any part of this, like any part of this meat, or bones, or cartilage, or fatty parts like this, all this stuff. Actually, all this stuff, what I do with it is I put it in a blender and I stuff it in here with, if let's say we use bacon today, if we cut bacon, or if we fried some bacon, the fat I'll put in there. The chicken that came, the container that came with this chicken, I'll take the juice, I'll even put that in there, which is actually I have it in a pan with a little extra water, and that's actually what's going to cause some of the help to shred it up into pieces. And then what I do, if you believe it or not, is I feed that to my dogs. Now you would think, oh, it's still got bones and all that stuff, but I have ways to work around it. So I'll explain that after I'm done basically removing all of the goodies, and then I'll show you what I do. Because honestly, it's just this is a life form that gave its life to feed our big behinds, and what we do with it is we just basically take what's left of it, and we don't even use it all. You know, we don't eat most of this stuff, but my dogs, they would love to have some of it, any of it. And what ends up happening is, I mean, I just kind of broke somebody's wing. I didn't mean to do that. What ends up happening is it kind of goes to waste, and you don't really have to waste. That's really the point of it. So, all right, guys, I will be back after I'm done stripping this guy clean. All right, guys, so I took out as much as possible, as much as I would normally like to eat. Like some of it, like when you actually put your hands on the meat yourself, you can actually feel like fatty pieces. I'm not a big fan of eating fatty pieces. You eat fatty pieces, dude, that's fine. It's up to you. It's not a big deal. This is like a wing part here that I just, when I take it apart like this, it kind of just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't really conform. It doesn't really come out the way I want. And I'm not a really big, huge fan of like eating wings. If you like to eat wings, I'm not saying that to offend you or anything. I'm just saying more for you, you know. There's like these little, there's like these little fatty pieces. I'm not gonna fight all this, but I got like a nice little slab of meat that's also left over. And what I could do here is put it there on a very nice big pile of meat already, or I can actually just serve up a nice little piece of scrumptious stuff. Pickles, pepper, and no pepper. Come here. There you go. There you go. And there you go. Now the girl's got a little serving. And then this guy is gonna go in here. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and take this part. Just break it up. It breaks really easy. It's just basically nothing. And then all this stuff you might want or think it's good or whatever, it just goes in here. My little ninja blade or ninja blender, and I add just a little bit of water so that it can spin and everything, and kind of put it all together. And so what happens is it congeals. It breaks it down into a liquid form. It has a lot of bone little fragments, we never give those fragments into the feasting of my dogs. I don't feed them that. What I do, I'll show you guys actually what I'll do, so no worries. I'll just skip this, fast forward it to tomorrow. I'll edit it in and I'll show you what I do. But for this part, I'm gonna take the bacon fat and some of the juices that it came with, I'm gonna pour it in there, and then I'm just gonna turn the thing on and then put it in a little container, put it in the refrigerator, and then we'll just call it a day. All right, some of these juices. I mean, this is just gonna be flavor. So imagine being a dog, or not even being a dog, just being you. And you have an owner and he feeds you kibble all day, every day. I think you'd be tired of eating kibble all day, every day. So that's how I see it. I don't want to feed my dogs this same old boring stuff. And this is going to be trashed anyway, not the container. This stuff is going to go into the waste bin, right? It's going to go into the rubbish bin. Why waste that? If you have dogs, why waste that? This is good stuff. I mean, you could probably make like a soup or a broth or something like that if you just figure out a way to, you know, separate the bones and stuff. But that's not what we're doing today. So I'm gonna turn it on. Actually, whoopsies. Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna turn it on, and then I'm going to go ahead and put it on the smoothie setting, and then it's just gonna make a smoothie for us. And I'm gonna just fast forward this. I'm gonna go ahead and mute it. You guys don't need to blow your ears out or anything like that. But I just want to show you that this is the real stuff that I'm actually making. And here you go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. One thing to note is that you're still gonna hear some like bouncing, some click, click, clack, clack, bouncing stuff. What I do here is I actually just pulse it, and I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear basically anything that sounds like hard bouncing, because then I haven't really gotten the full essence of everything I got. Hopefully this doesn't seem like a lot of work, but it's not. It's really not. And that is that. All those bones, all those pieces of like cartilage and fat and even some meat are here in this like little putty and stuff. And you can actually serve this to your dogs. Now, how I serve it to the dogs, I'll show you guys in the morning, because it's not the same. I'm not just gonna scoop this out and it's gonna be in this form. It's actually gonna be in a congealed form when it gets colder. The fat and everything just kind of like, you know, harmonizes, I guess, with each other. It just kind of gets hard, and that is when the magic happens. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this guy just to set it off to the side over here, and I'm gonna go ahead and and just put this. The dogs don't complain. The dogs do not complain when they get all this flavor inside their food and everything. I think when they do rotisserie and all that stuff, I think the only flavor that comes from the meal is coming from maybe a little bit of the skin and stuff. So they'll be getting a little bit of the salt from that, and a little bit of the salt from the bacon. But as far as I'm concerned, I think I want them to have a nice delicious, tasty meal. It's not like their last meal or anything like that, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. All this doesn't have to go to waste, and they can have a little, you know, joy in their meal. So then I go ahead and add a little bit of water here. I shake it up, pour the rest of it in there, kind of mix it up. You see this? This is this gooey stuff. This is actually like soft now, but eventually it's going to turn into a nice paste. And yes, I'm putting my. They don't see this. They don't see me putting my hands on their food. So I apologize if you guys are offended, but they don't care. Okay, good morning. We're back. It is the next day now, and I need to feed my dogs. So this has been in the refrigerator all day, or all night, excuse me. And if you see it, like I said, it's nice and congealed. So I can take, like, you know, a nice little spoonful. Actually, what I should do first, is I should turn on the hot water. I should get the hot water going. That's like the first thing. And actually, I kind of already had done that, but in the video I was supposed to show that, but I didn't. But you start the hot water, because obviously the hot water is the thing that takes the longest. And then you take like a spoon or two of this. Actually, I'll give them a little more flavor. And then that goes in there. this back up, obviously. And then I go ahead and take some of this. Oops, I'm supposed to turn this off. Little morning jitters. And I put some water in here, some nice hot water. But this eventually is going to be for my coffee anyway. But I go ahead and I stir this up, and what happens is the water and the bones and the fat and the meat and all that stuff, it turns into a broth. But now that it's nice and hot, it separates and the hard stuff goes to the bottom. So when I go ahead and do this, you see, it just disappears, it melts, and then this becomes like a juice. Yes, there's a little bit there, but just a few more stirs or whatever, and that should just basically go away. Pretty simple, right? So now, oh, it smells like chicken. It's awesome. I'm gonna leave this here, and then I'm going to take my little funneler or little sifter. I'm just gonna go ahead and pour all this, whatever I can, in here. I have to do the same thing for pickles, because this is pickles' bowl. There you go. Just like that. Real simple stuff. And where they would normally just eat dry kibble, like this is like a boring meal if it's just this, if this is all they eat. To me, it's boring. To the dogs, maybe they don't care, maybe you don't care. It doesn't matter, but to me it does matter, and this is gonna, you know, make their meal taste better. And then I add actually some of their wet food in here, because I like to give them good food. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'll be right back. So Kirkland has this like Nature's Domain in their store, and I got everything there from Kirkland. This is the Kirkland bag of food. I don't remember, it's like a purple colored bag, but look, when I see this looks like something you could eat. It's got like meat chunks, it's got like carrots and like greens. It looks like if we were in an apocalypse kind of situation, zombies or something like that, you could eat this. You can live off this. That's what it looks like. It's got, look at that. It looks edible to me. It actually smells good too. It smells decent. Yeah, it smells decent. It smells like one of those canned foods of like soup. Yeah, I would totally eat this. Maybe one day I'll make a video where I just cook this and try to make this into like a meal that a person can eat. Just let me know if you guys are interested in that. But yeah, then I just mix this up. It becomes like a nice little brothy gravy, because the heat actually starts taking some of the starches and plumping them up. And my dogs love this. They love it. They cannot wait. Right now, actually, it's 9:30 in the morning. It's a little late for their breakfast, but you know what? I don't think it's gonna kill them. This is plenty. This is so much food right here that it may be like OD, it might be overkill, but they're gonna love it. So that's it. That's what I do with the rotisserie. We rip it apart. We take all the food that the humans are gonna eat, and then we just, like I said, we put it in the blender. The blender does the rest of it, turns it into a broth. Look, anything unsafe or, you know, harmful could be stuck here, and then we just take this and we actually throw this out the window, because really I want it to all go back to the earth. I don't want it to clog my pipes. And then that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys on the next one. 3, 2, 1, hit.